There is a bumper sticker that I once read that I didn't quite understand, but today I kind of do better because I think it expresses how most of us feel about change, especially forced change. It said, "I'll keep my money. You can have the change." And I think that's the way lots of us feel, don't you? But talk about being slammed with change in the last 45 days. Our change in reality has never been so huge or so great for most of us. And our lives have changed to the point of questioning how much we can stand change. But life is all about change. It is every day, in every way, a part of our lives. How well we deal with life really comes down to how well you deal with change, because it's inevitable. There's a link that I'm going to ask Tammy to try to put with today's showings. That is a link to a video called Tomfoolery. And I ask you to watch it because it gives you warm and fuzzy hope about the future. But one area where there is change that is particularly difficult is when we're trying to deal with change when it deals with leadership. In our scripture reading that I have today, the Israelites were experiencing a huge change in leadership. Moses, who had come and led them out of slavery and got them out of Egypt and got them into the wilderness for a longer period of time than they wanted to be there, but they were always traveling towards hope of something better. And he had done all that for them, and he'd gotten them all the way there, and then suddenly Moses is dying, and he's not going to finish the job. But the job is never finished. But anyway, that's not the point. Joshua's going to take over. This change for the Israelites would have caused tremendous anxiety and sadness and fear because they didn't know how that would change their future and how it would have an effect on them. I'm sure there were Israelites who thought that they were doomed because they no longer had Moses at the helm. But listen to me very clearly, and I want you to understand this from the bottom of my heart, that God can't and will not be limited to using only one person. That's not the way it is with God. God has always taken ordinary people to do extraordinary things. If you don't think so, go on and read the book of Joshua after Joshua takes over. Joshua takes over this leadership and takes them on, and I'm telling you, the Israelites continue to get themselves into huge pickles, but Joshua is able to pull them through. The scripture clearly and consistently teaches us that God can use anyone to accomplish God's purposes. Anyone. The same can be said, though, about the change in leadership when it comes to change of leadership in our church. This is the first Sunday in May, and so we actually have 5 Sundays left together through this medium to be together, to say goodbye. And I wanted to come up with profound last 5 sermons. I wanted them to be so special for you as a goodbye gift, but also because I thought maybe there's stuff I haven't said. But in the reality is over the last 7 years, we're in our 7th year, every Sunday I try to bring you myself in fullness and the most profound thing I could find in the scripture reading of the day. So I don't have things I saved for the end. It just doesn't exist. And also about saying goodbye this way is actually easier for me because I would sit there in the last couple of months and actually picture our last Sunday together, and I knew that it was going to be horribly difficult because I love you guys. I know your stories, I know your lives, you've shared so much openly with me that it's hard to say goodbye to friends. So this is the coward's way out. I get to say goodbye via video, and if I don't like a recording, I can change it and do it again. So as far as trying to bring you something profound for our next now 4 Sundays together, I decided that what would be more important for you, and this has to be about you, what would be more important for you is if I would share some practices that I would ask you to adopt going forward. And we only have 5 minutes each time that I do this, and I'm probably running out of time now. So there'll be short practices that I'm going to bring to you, and I hope that they bless you. And I hope that today is blessed. And be sure to watch Tomfoolery. Bye now.